So recently I've been following a documentary, right, and it wasn't even something I intentionally sat down to study, but it was just playing in the background. But something kept coming up over and over again, and that's self-management. And the more I watch, the more I realize that this is the quiet skills that changes everything in your life. Not motivation, not talent, but how well you manage yourself. And as I sat with that thought, right, I started noticing that there are certain areas of self-management that once you get them right, life naturally feels calmer, more intentional, less chaotic, or will I say less overwhelming. So I just want to talk about that today. But before we get right into the video, if this is your first time seeing my face or coming across this channel, hey beautiful, I'm Eukaria and I'm glad you clicked on this video. And if you're a returning subscriber, a returning viewer, you know how we do it, right? You guys are the real MVPs of this channel. All right, now with that being said, let's just get right into the video because honestly I have a lot to unpack. So let me start by clearing something up. When people hear self-management, it sounds strict, it sounds serious, it sounds harsh, almost cold, but no, it's very, very gentle. So let me break it down. Let me tell you what self-management means, what it is, so you can really understand the essence of this video and why people struggle with it, and then we'll flow along from there. Self-management is not about being harsh with yourself. It's not about waking up at 4 a.m. or forcing productivity. No, self-management is the ability to regulate your emotions instead of letting them control you, right? Self-management is the ability to choose long-term pace over short-term comfort. Self-management is the ability to show up even when you don't feel like it. Is knowing that you don't need to feel motivated to act. You just need to be intentional about what you want to do. You just need to be certain about what you want to do. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be sure that this is what you want to do. And I want you to know that a woman who manages herself doesn't panic when life feels slow. Oh yes, she doesn't panic when life feels slow, when it feels like or looks like she's not moving forward. She adjusts, she resets, she restarts, and she stays grounded, right? And this is why self-management is so rare, because we were never taught how to fully manage ourselves, right? We were taught how to react, how to rush, how to compare, how to overwork, and how to escape discomfort. So when emotions come, right, we avoid them, and when routines get boring, we quit. And I want you to know that self-management requires emotional maturity. If you're not emotionally mature, you cannot manage yourself, because it takes work. It takes not just work, it takes hard work to manage yourself. Imagine managing a company, right? These are normal workload. You know how hard it is, let alone managing yourself as a full-blooded human being. That's why it feels more hard, and a lot of people neglect it because it's a skill, not a personality trait. So now let's talk about the areas where self-management shows up the most. Number one is emotional management. One of the biggest things the documentary highlighted, without even saying it directly, was emotional management. Yes, because most people don't come from lack of ability, right? They come from reacting without awareness, getting upset and speaking too loudly, shutting down and avoiding communications, and also making decisions from fear, stress, and sometimes tiredness, sometimes frustration. So people who seem calm aren't avoiding emotions, right? They just know or learn how to pause before reacting. This is coming from somebody that likes overreacting. Sometimes I try to over escalate the whole stuff, but lately I've been learning to stay more calm, to stay more put together, to stay more grounded as I become more wiser and more clearer in my daily life and daily journey. And honestly, that pause alone changes everything. And I started thinking about time management. Time management isn't about doing more, right? It's about being honest with yourself. It's about understanding yourself. And most times we plan our life like it's a machine, and then we get upset for not hitting the goal, or for not getting everything right, or for not doing it well. How? You're not a machine, you're human, and you need to understand that your time, they are valuable. You need to set realistic goals to be able to match your time. Self-management taught me that it is okay to plan softly, to leave room for life, right? To respect your limit, and that alone removes so much pressure, removes so much headache, removes so much I want to get it, I want to see it done, it's okay for you to chill. Sometimes I wish more people would talk about self-management, but not in a loud or performative way, no, but in a very clear and grounded way. And I know I'm still a small creator, right? But this is something that I genuinely care about, because I see how many of us struggles, not because we are lazy or unmotivated, but because we were never really taught to manage ourselves. We are never really taught to regulate our emotion. And I don't know who this video will reach tomorrow or in the next 1 or 5 years from now, but if it reaches anyone that really needed this video, then that's all that matters, honestly. And if you're watching this and this resonates, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. You can as well share to anybody that knows that needs to manage themselves more. Like, we need to start talking about this. We really need to start pushing these conversations. This conversation needs more space. And the third area is energy management. This documentary made something clear. Energy is more important than motivation. Oh, when I saw that, yeah, clock it. Energy is more important than motivation, because you can want something deeply, but if your energy is drained, nothing move forward, nothing move backward. You're just there, you're just stagnant. So this is where calmness becomes power. This is where you being calm, you being put together, you being collective as a person becomes power. So I started paying attention to habits, right? Habits aren't built on motivation, they are built on consistency. Let me say it again, they are built on consistency. Self-management here means that showing up gently, even on low days, even on days where you really don't feel like you, just show up anyway. It means that not quitting because it's not perfect, right? Because your progress don't need to be loud. You just need to be intentional about your stuff. That's all. And finally, the one we rarely speak about, mental management. Mental management might be the most important one. So here, self-management means that catching negative words, questioning it, and choosing a kinder word for yourself. So if you're always speaking to yourself negatively, downplaying yourself, or second guessing yourself, you need to stop that today and start speaking to yourself kindly. I've mentioned this in this channel so many times, I can't even count. Learn to speak to yourself kindly, more calmer, more gently, because you're human as well. The same way you will talk to your friend, oh, you will give them this word of encouragement. Start doing that for yourself. Start doing that to yourself. Start making yourself feel special, because truly you are really special. So now, how do you start practicing self-management? Number one, keep promise to yourself and fulfill those promises. Yes. So even if it is tiny, the moment you tell yourself that I'm going to do this for myself, please do it, because it won't make any sense you're telling somebody or you're telling a friend that, oh, I'm going to do this for you at so time, and then you disappoint. They will be disappointed in you, right? So the same way you wouldn't want to disappoint your friends, try as much as possible to say something to yourself, and then you keep that promise, even if it is tiny, even if it is little, even if to you you think that, oh, it's nothing. Make sure you keep that promise. That's how you start self-management. Secondly is to create structure without punishment. Try as much as possible to be realistic. When you're creating something, or when you're trying to do something, or you're trying to set goals for yourself, be realistic. Don't try to push yourself too hard or beyond your limit just because you just want to do it for doing sake. The third tip is to check in with yourself emotionally, and a lot of us don't do this. So many of us, we don't even remember. Yes, ask yourself, what do I need right now emotionally? What does your soul crave for? Exactly. Ask yourself that, get the answer, and then you get it done. The fourth tip on my list is to forgive yourself faster. Yes, self-management grows with compassion, right? Not shame. So learn to forgive yourself. The moment you make a mistake, don't try to criticize. I mentioned this earlier. Forgive yourself. It's okay. Yeah, you're growing, you're learning as you go, you're becoming better, and it's okay for you to make mistakes. So forgive yourself faster. The same way your friend or your man will come to you and say, oh, I'm sorry, and you'll be like, oh no, it's fine, no problem. Exactly. Do the same thing for yourself, and I tell you, or will I say I promise you, yourself will thank you later. So yeah, following that documentary made me realize something. When you manage your emotions, your time, your energy, your mindset, life stop feeling chaotic, right? And it start feeling aligned. You start feeling so productive about your day-to-day life generally. So that's pretty much everything I want to share in this video. If this video resonates with you, please let me know in the comment section which area you're working on right now. Thank you so much for staying up to this very moment. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell, so whenever I upload, you will get notified. Like if you haven't liked this video, you can share to your friends as well. Let them know that this is a awakening and it's only just begun. Thank you so much for always sticking to the channel. You guys have my heart. So you know how we do it, right? Stay safe, stay soft, stay awakening. See you in my next video. Bye.